And a counselor is someone who has earned at least a master's degree, completed at least 3,000 hours of clinical services, as well as passed a state licensing exam. My very first job actually was nothing related to counseling. I was working at an answering service when I was about 16 years old and taking calls for cable companies and mattress firms. Some of the skills that you should have in order to work in the counseling field include having empathy and compassion for others, to be able to stay in control of your thoughts and emotions, have strong analytical skills, strong communication skills, and a thirst for knowledge and helping people. I deal with a lot of tough issues from the clients that I see every day. So me being able to stay in control of my emotions and thoughts, not passing my own personal beliefs onto them, and being able to sit and listen to them genuinely and show respect to them is very, very important. So on a daily basis as a counselor, I work with children, adolescents, couples, and families, providing services directly to them, whether they come into my office or they're on a computer screen like I'm seeing you today. Any type of issue that they have, if it's anxiety, if it's not performing well in school, stress at home, divorce, grief and loss, depression, relationship issues, if they're getting into a lot of fights or low self-esteem, whatever you can think of, a counselor can help you with it. I also do consulting for businesses that are in work with mental health patients also, as well as consulting for individuals. It's kind of a short-term, brief therapy, 30 minutes to an hour, just to help get them on track, help them set goals and problem solve. I also do trainings and workshops for businesses to train employees on how to treat each other better, as well as team building skills. When I'm not doing all of that, I'm recording videos, creating mental health awareness, and adding those to my YouTube channel and Instagram, which both of those are under the Conscious Mind LLC, as well as promoting the Expressions Journal that I created. It's a combination of a writing journal and coloring book, as well as selling bath salts or any relaxation products that I know will help my clients. The most favorite part of my job really is working with students like you and working with kids, because it's not just about talking or me talking the whole time. It's really about me listening and giving the students an outlet to express themselves. So one of the ways that we do this is that when I have a student who's really, really angry or holds in a lot of emotion, we like to blow up water balloons and go outside and just throw them at the wall or throw them at the fence line. But every time they throw a water balloon, they've got to name something that's bothering them, take a deep breath, and throw it as a way to release it. So if you've got a strong arm or strong, fast arm, and you know how to throw, they might be a good activity for you. Another thing I like to do, especially with my younger kids, is we put music on and we just dance during the session. We just let loose, and every time the music stops, we take some deep breaths and we discuss a feeling that we're having at that moment. So it's a way to kind of get creative, let loose, and just have a little fun. I have been a licensed professional counselor now for almost 4 years. I'm licensed in the state of Texas and Louisiana. And I've been working in the counseling field for about 7 years now in different capacities, whether I've worked with at-risk youth, work with parents doing parenting classes, or teaching anger management classes. What drew me to this field is that I actually was on a school bus one day. I went to middle school. I went to McKinley Middle, actually. And I was witnessing a young girl being bullied, and I didn't like it. So of course, me and a few other students kind of stepped up to help her. But I just saw the look in her eyes of how she just felt really low. And I knew that at that moment, I wanted to work with kids and help them so that they didn't have that same feeling, okay? So I didn't all the way set out to become a counselor, because middle school, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. just yet. I actually wanted to be an artist when I was in high school. But it wasn't until about 2010 or 2011 that I decided I'm going to go ahead and go back to school for my master's degree and become a licensed counselor so I can work with people, not just in my city and my community, but across the whole entire state. And the Conscious Mind has actually been open for about 9 months or so. I've been in private practice for a couple of years, but I actually rebranded and changed the name of the company from my name to the Conscious Mind last year. And in addition to doing all of that with what I do, I also work full-time as a program director for a local mental health agency as well. And that affords me the ability to work with even more people, as well as to supervise staff that help about 300 clients across 2 regions. Let's see. If I had to think about it and had to figure out which was more valuable, my education or my experience, I would have to say my experiences, they played a very big part in my career because they helped me to think outside the box, be able to relate with others, and just kind of really be able to stay focused on what it is I wanted to do. But my education is something that's more valuable, and I couldn't trade it for anything in the world. Every single class that I took, whether it was in middle school, high school, undergraduate at Southern, or graduate school at Southeastern, was very, very important. Every teacher that worked with me and pushed and motivated me to make sure I turned my work in on time and that I was giving my best and I just wasn't slacking, they all were very, very important to me, and I appreciate every one of them. So I definitely feel like my education is way more valuable and just indispensable to me. Now, is there anything I could go back and change from the time I started my career? And I really thought long and hard on this, and I asked, actually, I can't think of anything I would want to change, because every internship and every job that I had, every client that I worked with, whether they were a hard client to work with or a fun client or easy client to work with, I still wouldn't trade any of them because they help make me into who I am today. They help advance my skill set and help me to be the counselor that you see today.